What is good, everybody? This is my weekly outlook for the second trading week of the year. So let's dive into it, right? We're going to start off on Euro USD, then obviously we're going to head over to DXY and we're going to analyze there as well. So starting off on EU, we can see that obviously we still have this week high over to the left, which is the target, okay, as you can see, which is marked right there. Okay, so from a weekly perspective, obviously not much is really going to change. We know that we was looking to target this low. We then saw 4-hour turning point, which now indicates a week high because obviously a 4-hour change in trend before that move has happened, then means this high is failing to do its job, right? So if we drop to obviously daily here, you can just see that in a bit more detail. Daily and weekly, I sort of just use side by side. The daily just gives me a deeper understanding of the weekly time frame. But in terms of overall direction, it tends to be pretty much the same, right? So 4-hour time frame, you can see here, that was that turning point that signaled the week high over to the left. Then we knew that we was due a 4-hour pullback. This sweep here, this medium time frame sweep, confirms that, gives us a week low. Price runs down to the week low, breaks through that. And that means we now have this, we are now seeing this 4-hour pullback. So depending on how Monday sets up, right, we're going to be looking at possibly one of two things. If Monday continues lower, Tuesday we may see turning point to come and play a medium time frame pullback, right? Or Monday we open higher, give a turning point on Monday possibly, and then we continue higher, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. That ends up being the high of the week. And then we get a turning point like so. And then Friday, we start seeing the beginning of that pro trend run back towards the medium time frame week low to continue this 4-hour pullback deeper, right? So that's sort of mainly what I'm expecting this week. A reversal at the moment doesn't seem likely. Obviously, anything can happen. We may see a medium time frame sweep or something occur. And then that could obviously give us a turning point toward of the 4-hour. But at the moment, I'm just either anticipating the week to start this medium time frame pullback, because you can see we have this last break here. That's the high. We're due a pullback. So it's either Monday's going to start that pullback or Monday's going to continue lower. Tuesday or Wednesday will then likely, probably Tuesday with CPI, will then likely start that pullback into the range, inside this previous medium time frame range here. And then, yeah, maybe possible turning point towards the end of the week to signal the end of that pullback, depending on how volatile the week goes. All right, so that's sort of like medium time frame, 4-hour perspective. So yeah, obviously, like I said, after that break, pullback is expected. So yeah, if we drop to the 5-minute, what we're going to look at is we can have a look at this. So after there's that medium time frame break right there, and then after that medium time frame break, we typically look to trade the last two legs, the first two legs after the medium time frame break. So there's the first leg, there's the second break, right? After this second break, we now have no interest in shorting. So if Monday does continue lower, right, we're just going to sit on our hands and remain patient, or at least I will, because that's what my plan says. Obviously, follow your plan. But that is what I'd be looking at, is just sit on my hands if Monday does continue lower. If Monday decides to open higher, come take out this, then I'm happy to look for these moves sort of like higher, follow these structure within here to play that medium time frame pullback, right? So obviously super simple as that. But as long as we continue trending down, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not doing nothing. I need to see that pullback start. So best case scenario is Monday does give us that turning point. Worst case scenario, we get that Tuesday, Wednesday. But let's obviously just see what occurs. So that's sort of from an EU perspective. Take a look at DXY. Again, we jump to the weekly time frame. Let's delete that. Right, again, you're going to see the similar thing. Coming off this sweep here. Obviously, 4-hour gives turning point. Indicates a week low. That's the long-term target as it stands. Drop to a 4-hour perspective. What do we see? There's that 4-hour break right here. That 4-hour break here. We then see a sweep of this low, medium time frame low, indicates a weak high, come up, take out that medium time frame high. What do we now expect? Medium time frame pullback, then continuation of the 4-hour pullback before we get a medium time frame turning point to then come and target this 4-hour week low. So you can sort of see how the multi-time frame analysis really plays into it. If we drop to the 1 hour, again, it's just going to be the same situation as on EU. Monday, it really depends what Monday does, depending on how aggressive we're going to be this week. If we're going to open up higher, look, this is all part of that same leg, that same move. So we've already seen the 2 structural breaks on the lower time frame. I know that. So if we continue higher to start the week, I'm sitting on my hands. Nothing is happening, right? If I see a turning point on a Monday, yeah, okay, cool. Then I'm happy to look for shorts, entry around here maybe, to come and play this medium time frame pullback. But until we see the start of this medium time frame pullback, I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting here patiently. I will not be looking for any more longs on DXY or shorts on EU until we see another turning point after this pullback here would have occurred. So drop to the 5 minute. Obviously, this here, break here as well on the lower time frame. That makes this a low. So this would need to be the low that gets broken, which is kind of like NFP low sort of thing. So it could act as a draw for price, especially on a Monday. But let's just see what occurs there. Or we could see price maybe come up, close through there overnight. Who knows? And then price come down on Monday, break through that area. And that could also work. And that would probably actually be a better case scenario, as long as EU stays aligned and we don't gap open higher. Because if we break this, then it gives us a smaller leg to play with, right? So that would be actually better case scenario for us. But let's see what occurs. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Obviously, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any further weekly outlooks. We've also got the free Discord in my bio, so make sure you go check that out as well. I post my daily outlooks in there every single morning. So if anything changes, you'll be the first to know.